Buying in at a good time is obviously really important to making money on a new CSGO operation / investment in general, but selling is just as important because if you never sell, you're never going to make any money. And ask yourself, why didn't I sell this skin when it spiked up? Well, today I'm going to teach you how to figure out when the best time to sell is and how to avoid selling too late or selling too early. So if you enjoy, and as always are in the roughly 65% of people that watch these videos and aren't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any new CSGO investing content. And just before we get into it, let's once again talk about our sponsor, Skinport, the most convenient way out there to buy CSGO skins and begin investing for cheap. Skinport has nearly 170,000 skins to choose from, with anything you want, and prices much cheaper than the Steam market. You can find pretty much anything you want for up to 30% off on Skinport. Want to get started on investing today, maybe with something like the breakout cases? Well, you can get them for actually a reasonable price and way cheaper than the Steam market, whether to do a big unboxing or start investing in them. And there's no hidden fees when you buy, it's always the number on your screen. Plus, it's directly through your bank, whether for buying or selling, so no hidden fees either. And if you're looking to sell skins for real money, they're great for that as well. They just integrated a new selling fee, which is only 6% on skins over $1,000. And most importantly, they're a completely safe and trustworthy site with a 4.9 rating on Trustpilot. So be sure to sign up with that link in the description and start saving money on CSGO skins today with Skinport. But for now, let's get right into the video. So in my last video, I talked about the best time to buy in on operation skins judging from past trends. But now let's look at the best time to sell based on past trends. Let's start by looking at the M4A1S Blue Phosphor, a skin that's really been up and down throughout its lifetime so far, but at the beginning, it actually was decreasing through the first weeks of the operation. I assume this is because it's a pink skin and is bound to be kinda wonky, as it could be traded up to red skins and also a viable play skin as well. So it's bound to be a bit weird and up and down for the first few weeks. But later on in the operation, I guess as less and less people wanted to grind missions, which means less stars, which means less of these coming into existence, these things started to increase in price. Now, even though the CSGO player count was decreasing pretty drastically around this time, the numbers were still pretty inflated during COVID, and I think this has a pretty big correlation with how skin prices are affected, because you could very well see the skin increasing when the numbers were really peaked during COVID and then stagnating or staying the same on months with manageable decreases in player count. Once again, keep in mind that COVID inflated the numbers a lot. Then this skin, along with other operation investing skins, took a huge hit when we saw this huge decrease in player count during the summer. But now, as you can see by the last 30 days, we're starting to stagnate again and hopefully start to increase in the near future, as a major is starting somewhat soon, with hopefully an operation shortly after, which not only should be good for the player count, but once again, the operation skins and just skin prices in general. So because of that, we have to keep in mind that the next operation is going to be during the winter months, which have seemed to be better player count wise for CSGO in the past, both because of a mix of content released during these months and I assume more people being stuck indoors. But this is obviously great for investors, but since we've got a major and presumably an operation shortly after, it could definitely be a bit of trouble if you're a short-term investor and don't want to hold your skins now till the next operation, or the skins from next operation till the operation after that. As I mentioned in my last video, buying early has historically shown that it's the best option for investing in operation skins. But later on in the operation, these skins will start to spike up, with people beginning to fear missing out on both a good investment and just getting these skins in general, and then eventually this is going to lead to getting overhyped and crashing in the market like we saw this time around. So how should you avoid this crash? How should you ride the actual peak of it and sell somewhere towards the peak? Well, unless you want to be a long-term investor, aka hold till probably next operations, because number one, it shouldn't reuse the same collections, and number two, if you mix that with a larger player count, which should cause a huge increase in past operation skins in my eyes, buying at the first week in the operation seems to be the best option when these skins are first being dropped and no one really knows exactly what price to buy these things at, and selling them towards the end of the operation when the hype really starts to build up can get you a nice flip in profit. And the thing is, this same trick goes for past operation skins as well. If we look at the Emerald Deagle, an operation skin from one of the Shattered Web collections, the operation before Broken Fang of course, starting from December 3rd, the date of Operation Broken Fang starting, this thing didn't really take off in price right away, even though people realized that it wasn't reused from the last operation. Sure, it did have a noticeable spike a few weeks after the operation started. I don't really know why it took so long, but I guess people once again realized that it wasn't going to be reused again, but nowhere near its actual peak. That didn't come till the same time that new operation skins started taking off as well, towards the end of the operation, or at least in the later months. So if you are still holding operation skins from past operations, selling right away off the initial push in price when a new operation comes around doesn't actually seem to be the best option, but being patient towards the middle/late phase of the operation can very well make you the most money, if this trend continues at least. But once again, we do have to keep in mind that this is partially probably because of COVID, but with the way cases are going right now, and since it'll be the winter months, with hopefully a boost in player count from the major and then an operation right after, CSGO should be seeing some really good player numbers. So it's very possible we see a similar spike as to this summer spike we saw this time around, but you never know. That's just my thoughts. But if the player count aligns with it, I think it's more than possible that we not only might see a spike like we saw during this summer, but something even bigger. But as always, this entire video is just my thoughts and opinions combined with looking at past trends in the CSGO market, so please don't sue me if exactly what I say does not happen. I am not a mystic magic man, I am just someone that has played this game and been in the market for over 6 years at this point. So be safe, and hopefully this video does help you find the best price to sell at and the best time to sell it as well. But besides all that, I think that does pretty much wrap it up for this one. So if you did enjoy, as always, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel as we're almost at 36k out here, which is pretty sick, and help your boy get to 40k. And of course, check out the homies over at Skinport to save yourself some money and time buying CSGO skins and building that dream inventory. But for now, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.